He went for almost there.
Yeah, no hurt.
Are you the official scorekeeper?
Official? I'm no game changer.
Are you hey?
I'm a game changer.
So you're gonna score a game then?
Yeah. We both do it for each other's team.
As long as I have somebody, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can check with us.
Yeah,
you can check with us if you run into an issue with counts or something like that, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll be paying attention. Or we should be. Most of the time.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
I might be.
No. I mean, if there's something inconsistent, we'll make sure the dugout knows to let you know. We probably won't interact with you instantly, but we'll talk to you. We'll have the coaches notify you if there's something inconsistent, and we'll go from there. Not right now. All right?
Yeah.
I've only ever had that happen once.
All I'm looking for is just
Yep. Nope. I get that. We've got way more of the things we're paying attention to.
All day coming down.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello and welcome here to Kingston, Ontario at Woodbine Park for Game 2 of Day 2 of the Limestone City Showdown of the Junior Division. Hello, my name's Jacob Ewing. It's the Kingston Colts, the home team, taking on the Cambridge Cubs. We've seen the Cubs twice on the stream throughout the first 2 days, and back-to-back losses, still looking to get in the win column and have an opportunity to do so in this game right here. Leading things off for the Colts in the top of the inning will be number 21, Ronan Bowie. And at the mound, starting things off for the Cubs is number 44, this is Witt. So Witt, who was the starting pitcher yesterday for the Cubs, looking to get off to a strong start. It was not the game the Cubs would have wanted to start the day. The West Ottawa Pirates beat them. Final score 11-2 in a game they just kept committing errors in the infield. This one popped up and caught by the third baseman for out number 1. And so that's a big play to get things started in the field here for the Cubs. And so Bowie will be sent back to the dugout. And we'll move on in the order. Here's number 0, Milo Wand. First pitch from what will just be away for a ball. So this is the first time we're seeing the Colts on the stream. I don't think they played yesterday too, so this may in fact be their first game of the tournament. So just trying to get stuff going. Wand will take that one up high for ball 2. And a 2-0 early lead here for Wand. So the third game of the tournament for the Cubs. They've already warmed up. They had their game earlier today, already got the arms going. And a 3-0 count in full favor of Milo Wand here. And Wand would love to get aboard first base and get things going. We'll have 5 games today here at Woodbine Park on the live stream, and that's a 4-pitch walk right there for Milo Wand to get aboard first base. So Wand will take that, and we'll move on in the order. Here's Cody Lyon to the plate with a runner to work with at first. Cubs took a loss yesterday to the Stouffville Yankees in a game where they looked good. They had their opportunities. Just the game this morning just not the result they would have wanted. A lot of errors committed. So Witt will focus back up. For the first pitch for Line, runner's going to go to second. Heavy swing by Line at the plate to run. Throw to second. A tad late and a successful steal there for Milo 1 to advance himself into a scoring position. This makes Line's job a tad bit easier. And we'll focus back up here on the plate. Line gets a hold of that one, cracks it to left field. And that one gets through the left fielder. That will allow Juan to come home with ease, and Line will look at third, stay at second. It's an RBI double for Cody Line, and the Kingston Colts open the scoring here in the top of the first. That's a beautiful hit there from Cody Line. Got all of that ball right square on the bat, pulls it to left field. It's a 1-0 ball game. We'll move on in the order to the cleanup hitter. Here's Evan Adamson. At the plate, takes strike one, as Witt able to find the outside of the strike zone. So a runner in scoring position over at second base as the Colts try to double the lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch, away for a ball. The 1-1 away again for ball two. Line with a very aggressive leadoff there over at second, not afraid to try to play mind games with the infield of the Cubs. Here's the 2-1. Away again, gets through to the backstop. Line will see an opportunity, he'll take it. Advances himself an extra base to third and puts himself a base hit away from doubling the lead here for the Colts. In a 3-1 count now, Witt needs to find the strike zone. And he will. Adamson will pop that one up. Looks like it's coming back, and it will. Into foul territory. Move us to a full count here for Adamson. And we'll see how the Colts protect the plate in a full count situation. Witt would love to find a strikeout here. It'd be the first one of the morning for himself. Adamson will pull it and gets through the infield to left field. An RBI for Adamson and a single as well. The Colts had an extra run. It's 2-0. A beautiful hit there from Adamson. A fast reaction needed to be had by the Cubs. Just unable to keep it in their control, and it's a 2-0 Colts lead with a runner at first. A nice hit there from Evan Adamson. He had a full count situation. Didn't want to wait for the walk. Wanted to get all over it. And here's Dylan Kimmerly at the plate. So the Colts getting some early hits here. Witt will try Adamson once more. He'll slide back in time. They'll wait the first pitch here for Kimmerly. Was hittable. Swings a miss, throw to second. As Adamson puts on the Jets, he'll get there in time for a successful steal. Strike one at the plate, though, as Kimmerly went through. And so we'll have an 0-1 count. Here's the pitch from Witt. Just inside the call for ball one. Nice take there from Kimmerly. Way to hold off. This Colts team is good. I saw them last year win a provincial championship. Majority of these players. As that one's on the inside of the bat. A slow bouncer. A race for first base, and the Cubs will win it for out number 2. Nice play there from the infield, more specifically number 99, Menchentan, to win the race. Runner will advance to third. So a sacrifice play, but one out away from ending the top of the first are the Cubs, looking to get out of it. The Colts trying to make it 3. Here's Everett Walton. So one goes swinging on the first one. And Witt will focus up. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Walton gets it on the end of the bat and sends it to right field with a little bit of spin on it. We'll cash it an RBI. That one gets through all the way almost to the back fence, and Walton will be able to extend it almost an extra base there. We saw a lot of errors from the Cubs in the first game, and just little things like that where the ball's coming right to you and it just slips by you and frees up some extra space. Walton will get to second. It's a 3-run Colts lead here at the top of the first. Here's Lucas Ward at the plate, looking to keep things going here for the Colts. You gotta think the Cubs would love to get out of it here. Their last game against the West Ottawa Pirates, the first inning, top of the first, ended 5-0 off the mercy rule. Then after that, there's just no mojo going for Cambridge. Love to get out of this one, probably a little bit less than a 5-0 lead. Swing and a miss from Ward, a heavy one at that. Really like that pitch for strike one. And with one out away, Cambridge is looking pretty keen to get out of it, potentially with only 3 runs against, but there is a runner in scoring position over at second. Time will be called, and a catcher will fix one of his protective gear. So we'll have 5 games today here on the Kingston Baseball Association channel, including another Colts game, I believe, later today. Potentially even the next game at 2:30. And we'll finish up. That's Campbell behind the plate as the catcher. Here's the pitch from Witt. It's a 2-1 count. Park that. That one gets through the catcher. Runner will go to third and makes it over there with ease. That's Walton. Puts himself in a base hit away scenario. Cash in another run makes Ward's job a little bit easier. Now I believe the count 3-1. Ward looking for a walk here. Witt will try Walton or just send a message over to third. Got to be careful on those. We've seen a couple situations where the throw to third gets through and runner just goes home. Got to be careful Witt has. Here's the 3-1 pitch. We'll hold off for ball 4. Nice take there from Ward. Puts runners in the corners for the Colts. Here's number 27, Noah Bedard for Kingston. One thing I remember from Bedard last year at the provincial championships was he is a phenomenal pitcher. Runner goes to second. That was Lucas Ward who puts himself in a scoring position, but we'll see if we do see Bedard at the mound at some point this tournament. If my recollection is correct, this kid can pitch a ball. And he takes that one through the zone for a strike as he stares it down. Here's the 1-1 from Witt. Stares it down again, strike 2. Bedard held off looking for some sort of ball, doesn't get it. Now he's up against it. Here's the 1-2 from Witt looking for a strikeout. That's a ground ball. Hit to the left of the second baseman. That will get through the infield. 1 run will score. Another one's coming around. The throw to home plate a little bit off the mark. 2-run score for the Colts. And it will be the 5-run mercy rule as the Colts get the offense. As the Colts get the offense going here in the top of the first inning. And make it 5-0 after the top of the first. When we resume for the bottom of the first, we'll have the Cubs at the bat down by 5. Needing to get the offense going. We'll see if they can do it when we come back.
Okay, so I'll look for you for numbers. Sure, yeah. I don't got anybody around here.
Yeah, like most of the time I'm some of the time, like if I need to do something on the stream, I might. I would write most of the time.
Yeah.
Like as soon as it was 5, I was kind of putting up 5.
Okay. I was wondering what that meant.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, the commentator wants time.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's good. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Having to start, all right, Cap? So that's 2.
Hey, you got 5 more.
Same pitcher will get 5.
Catcher, 18. Ollie Galoob. Yes, no problem.
Hold it! Coming down!
Can't keep it on my shoulder, so here I am, putting memory miles on the road and making this
And so we'll return here for the bottom of the first inning. It was a very successful top of the first for the Colts, putting up 5 runs, leading things off here for Cambridge is number 25. This is Campbell. Looking to get things started off, and our starting pitcher this morning, or pardon me, now this afternoon as we hit the 12 o'clock mark, is number 24. It's Lucas Ward at the mound. So we'll have a 1-0 count after that ball was in the dirt. And the Cubs, not the start they would have wanted, down by 5, and now need a battle back. Slowly but surely, that's the name of the game here for the Cubs. Put some runs on the board slowly but surely. They don't have to be all in the first inning here, although that would be the goal. If they were able to do that, make this game tied up at 5 apiece, would be huge, and they'll stare that one down for ball 3. So 3 balls in a row here from Ward will give this count in full favor of Campbell. Looking for a leadoff walk here. Ward needs to find the strike zone. 3-0 pitch. And ball 4. It's a 4-pitch walk to lead things off in the bottom of the first, and Campbell will be aboard first base. That's a runner to work with here for the Cubs. And hitting in the second spot, we'll have number 2. This is Bagnell. Ward will find the strike zone there. Bagnell will foul it off for strike 1. So Ward's still trying to get his arm going. Runner did go to second, and Wood looked like he was going to be there successfully, but will be pulled back to first off the foul ball. So we'll have an 0-1 count here for Bagnell. Runner's going to go. That one gets through the catcher, and will be a successful steal there for Campbell. Move himself into a scoring position with an easy jump. We've seen a lot of those steals there, especially from, well, more really specifically at first to second has been the big issue from some of these catchers, not being able to either the pop and the throw in time, or even when wild pitches come through, it's pretty much free to steal second base. Throw to second, that gets through to center field. We'll keep an eye on the runner. He will decide not to go. That's something else we've seen. Some missed throws from the mound to second, getting through to center, and runners going to third, but we do not see one there. So Campbell will stay at second base and will resume here at the plate. The 1-1. That's a bouncer hit low in the zone. Scoot from shortstop, fires it to first, and it's airmailed over top of the first baseman. Campbell's going to come home. The throw to home plate is a tad late, and the Cubs will score a run. And it's an error from the shortstop. That's Milo Wand. Had a great scoop, but the throw to first was over top of the head. I believe that's Kimberly over at first. And by the time they were able to recover it, Campbell was already happily on his way to home. And the Cubs get their first run of the game. It's 5-1. And so we'll move on in the order. Here's Menchentan for the Cubs. They'll test runner over at first. He'll slide back in time. So Menchentan always hits in the third spot of the lineup. Where's number 99? See if he hits like Aaron Judge too. He'll pull away almost immediately. Bagnell will go to second, and a little bobble from the catcher will give him time to get there. So runner in scoring position here for the Cubs. And time will be called as the infield will come to meet with Ward and discuss how to do things. I don't think Coach liked that airmail play, the easy play from what should have been from 6-3 in the infield. Just over top where they would have wanted it, so they'll calm things down. They'll talk it out, how to go about this. And we'll get resumed here just momentarily. Just a quick discussion. Calm the boys down. That's all Coach wants to do. Still have themselves a substantial lead, probably reminding themselves like they have a cushion here. Let's keep it. We'll resume here at the plate with Menchentan. The first pitch from Ward. Strike one, the call. Clips the outside of the zone. Oh, 1. And that's fouled back. Nice pitch there from Ward. It was going for the bottom of the strike zone, and Menchentan just late on the swing, will foul it back. And now he's 0-2 down. Needs to protect anything over the strike zone. We'll see if Ward looks for it. Has some balls to work with, and he will use one. That one gets through, though. Runner's going to go to third, and Bagnell will move himself to third base and base it away from getting another run here for the Cubs. So 2-2 the count now. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Strike three. Menchentan takes it looking for the punch out, and the first one of the game for Lucas Ward. And we'll move on to the order for Witt, who pitched the top of the first inning for the Cubs. Pitcher versus pitcher battle here. We'll see if he does return for the bottom of the, for the top of the second. He did give up 5 runs. He'll pop that one up. Looks to be riding near the dugout of the Cubs, and it will get out of catchable territory for a foul ball. So Witt will foul the first one back. Oh, 1 the count. And away for ball 1. One. Takes a bounce to the dirt, gets free. Bagnell won't think about it. He'll stay over at third, safe and sound. But it's another ball that gets free. It seems to be a lot from Ward of maybe pulling it across his body, and takes a bounce off the dirt to the right of Gallup behind the plate. And it gets through. That has allowed a couple base runners to advance a base here for the Cubs. That's up high for another ball. So I believe a 3-1 count here. Huge pitching coming from Ward. Needs to find the strike zone here if he wants to battle back. And ball for the call, as that one's again just outside and low in the dirt. We've seen multiple balls like that. We'll put runners in the corners here for the Cubs. and keep the inning going, as they've definitely put a battle back, trying to work their way back into it after being down 5 in the top of the first. Here's number 3. This is Shell hitting in the 5 spot. First pitch, strike 1. Runner's going to go to second. The throw, and they'll have him in the middle between first and second. The tag applied for out number 2. But run will come home, and Bagnell will score. Makes it 5-2. And maybe a potential sacrifice play there from Witt. As soon as that ball was thrown to second, Bagnell making the heads-up play to come home. And the Cubs cash in their second run, and now there's no runners aboard here for Shell at the plate. 0-1 goes inside for ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Away for ball 2. So both these offenses have got going here early on. That was inside, and Shell will back away for ball 3. And an opportunity again. This will be back-to-back walks here if Ward ends up walking Shell. Needs to find the strike zone. 3-1. Ball 4, the call. Away once more. There's been a lot of away pitches here from Ward. So back-to-back walks. We'll have a runner at first now. And it's Starozik at the plate. Runner's going to go to second and make it successful. Moves himself into a scoring position. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And Starozik will back away for ball 2. Takes himself an early lead here in the count. If he was able to find some barrel on ball here, would love to advance the runner to third or potentially even home, as the Cubs already put up 2 runs in the inning, trying to make it more. That one just clips the bottom of the zone for strike 1. Two-one. Strike 2. Back-to-back beauties from Ward. Continues the battle. And an opportunity to end the inning here, if you can find one more through the zone. The 2-2 pitch from Ward gets Starozik swinging, a drop, strike 3. But a play that stepped off the bag and a race for first. He's there in time. Runner's going to come home, and the throw won't be there. The Cubs get out of a strike 3 play. That was a drop strike 3, and it looks like they'll live to play a little bit more baseball here in the bottom of the first. And the Colts are not very happy with that one, especially the coaching staff. A routine play, a throw to first. Kimberly having to step off the first base bag in order to get it. And that really was the reason. Throw to second. The tag won't be there because the throw gets through all the way to the grass. Which looked like we could see the Colts at the bats right now. The Cubs will continue to be here. Now a 2-run game, 5-3 the score. That one's away for a ball. Here's Krulicki at the plate after that crazy sequence of events. And now the Colts just need to shake that off and focus on the next out here to get out of the inning. That clips the bottom of the zone for a strike. Really got to shake that off. That's a hard play. The 2 shake off, though, which should have been an easy throw for Ollie. Ollie Gallup behind the plate. 2-1. Runner's going to go to third. That'll be ball at the plate. The throw, the tag is there in time. That will end the inning. The Cubs get 3. It's 5-3. As we'll head to the top of the second inning, as I'm sure the Colts will have a good talk here of just calm down the nerves and the boys. as that was a very shaky first inning. When we return, we'll see the Colts back at the bats looking to extend their lead in the top of the second.
I can't hear it. What is happening? Nothing. Kick it off. Let's go. Hey, Jose! What is it? Throw the ball.
You guys are flat-footed on defense. You guys aren't playing properly. Let's go.
No, no worries. I just wanted to let you know we're on the same side.
Ball's in, coming down!
So we join you here for the top of the second inning. The Colts put up 5 runs in the top of the first and have their second opportunity back at the bats. Leading things off is Colton Jaudoin for the Colts. See if he can continue the offense. The Cubs put up 3 runs to cut the lead to only 2. And it's Witt back at the mound for his second inning of work, as Jaudoin will foul that one off for a strike. Both these teams committing a couple errors here in the first inning, especially in the field. Well, all of them in the field, obviously. But a couple infield plays for the Colts, and, well, got a little bit of both for the Cubs. A couple plays in the outfield where a ball maybe sneaks through someone's legs, and all of a sudden you're chasing it back towards the fence. There's the 2-1 pitch. Jaudoin will pop it up. Third baseman calling everybody off. Right to him. Doesn't have to move much. Makes the grab for out number 1. So a quick out here for the Cubs, and we'll move on in the order. So we'll have Quinn McCarty here at the plate. He'll stare that one down for a strike. Take a looking. So an 0-1 pitch here from Witt. That one inside. It's a good take. Had similar location as well. This one was a bit more inside, but had similar height on that pitch. So way to take it inside. Here's the 1-1 from Witt. It's on the outside of the plate for ball 2. So Quinn will take a 2-1 early lead here in the count. 2-1 outside, 3-1 with ball 3. And an opportunity here to get on base with a walk and give a runner to work with here for the Colts. Witt will focus up the 3-1 pitch, ball 4 outside. And a walk here for Molly to get him aboard first base. Probably make that Quinn. Quinn with a walk to get on base on first base. We'll move on in the order. Here's Ollie Gallup at the plate. Played catcher the first 2 innings in the field. Make that the first inning in the field for the Colts. Quinn will turn and throw to first. That one gets through, and Quinn will see an opportunity. He'll advance to second, and he'll be safe and sound. A successful steal there from Quinn. Another mistake coming in pickoff attempts. That's been a theme we've seen throughout a lot of this tournament, is pickoff attempts when they get through probably about 33% of the time. That's 1/3. Gallup gets a barrel on that ball and gets through the infield as a couple collide with each other. The throw home will be a bit off the mark, and a run will score for the Colts, and Gallup will extend to second. So it's an RBI for Ollie Gallup, and the Colts make it 6-3. That's a hard play from the infield. The second baseman and the shortstop, it was right in between 2 of them, and they collided with each other heavily. They look to be okay now, but let's hope everyone's okay there. That was a hard collision from the 2 of them, and no one was able to keep it in the infield, got all the way to center field. So at the bottom of the lineup, here's Lane Harrington at the plate. First pitch to Harrington. Outside, gets through Campbell, and Gallup will extend to third. Puts himself a base hit away. So it makes Harrington's job a little bit easier, just searching for a base hit. And we'll have a 1-0 count here at the plate. 1-0 pitch. Inside, he shuffles away for ball 2. I'll stare that one down as well. 3 pitches that have been below the strike zone here from Witt. Harrington owns this count 3-0. He pops that one up. Shortstop moving to his left, makes the grab, and it's not deep enough for a tag and run, so runner will stay at third, and that's out number 2. Nice catch there by Bagnell at short. And so we'll go back to the top of the order here for the Colts. We'll have Ronan Bowie, who popped up his first at-bat. That one gets through, and we'll have ball number 1 on Bowie. Witt just trying to get his team out of the inning. Would love to keep a runner stranded over at third and keep this game only 6-3 for the Colts. 1-0. Bowie gets on it. That takes a hard bounce off the mound and gets through the infield. Bowie will look for second. He'll stay first. It's an RBI single for Ronan Bowie, and the Colts make it 7-3. And the Colts continue to do work. The top of the lineup looking to go to work here after Ronan Bowie got himself an RBI. Here's Milo Wand, and walked his first at-bat. Takes strike 1 down the middle for Wand. Runner's gonna go to second. That's ball 1 away. And by the time the throw is off, there's just looks like there's not much urgency. Ooh. Doesn't look like there's much urgency there from Campbell behind the plate to really get that one off. That one's fouled back. Runner's gonna go to third now, and the throw a tad late. That is a Nice jump there from Ronan Bowie. He'll get himself to third, goes from one corner to the next here on Milo Wan's at-bat. Has popped up in foul territory and will get out of play. So now 2 strikes against him. And Witt trying to leave a runner stranded at third and get out of the inning. Wan needs to protect, stay alive. That one's down in the dirt for a ball. 2-2 the count after that one. The top of the order the first time through really got to Witt. Witt trying to shut things down. The 2-2. Stares it down for ball 3, and Bowie thinking about it will stay at third, and we'll have ourselves a full count here for Wand. And a payoff pitch incoming from Witt. Looking to end the top of the second. The payoff. Ball 4. The call just outside, and Milo Wand will have back-to-back walks for himself to start his first 2 at-bats. So runners in the corners now, and we'll have the infield will have a meeting here. We'll see if that will do it for Witt at the mound. After an inning and 2/3. Or if it's just a discussion of how to get this final out. It's Cody Lyon up to the plate here up next. Had an RBI double his first time at the bats. And it looks like Witt will remain in the game. Gonna keep him there. Just trying to get out of it. So we'll get back and going. Still 2 outs, only 1 needed. It's been 2 outs for a while now, though. Runner's gonna go to second. And he'll make it successful. Ball 1 at the plate. So 2 runners in scoring positions now here for the Colts. Here's the 1-0. Outside for ball 2. And Lyon giving signals to Bowie over at third. Saying, no, don't go. That was away, but maybe they'll try to be aggressive here as they really want to cash in another run. Here's the 0-2. Pardon me, 2-0. That gets free, and here comes Bowie. The throw to the plate is a tad late, and Bowie will score a run as he'll get through off a wild pitch. So the Colts make it 8-3. The third run of the inning in a 2-0 count for Lyon. Goes swinging for strike 1. That's a good pitch to hit, though. Nice pitch from Witt, though. Just needs to find the strike zone. He's just looking for a strikeout here or something to get the Cubs going. That's ball 4. Gets through. Run will come through for 1. And he'll come around and score another one. And it's 9-3 now. That's back-to-back runs scored off wild pitches there from Witt, and I think that might do it from Witt at the mound. We'll see just momentarily. And that will. It's tough. As Witt's able to find that final out, they can put in a pitcher in the next inning, and he can pitch 2 innings, but I believe this will count as an inning for him. And so we'll have a new pitcher coming to relief here for the Cubs, just trying to get out of it. It's number 24, Sullivan, to the mound to find one final out here in the top of the second. As the Colts are also 1 run away from the mercy rule here. Would be back-to-back if they're able to find 1. Score now 9-3. 6 runs the difference. Almost the same thing happened last game here to the Cubs. Let the other opposing team take an early lead. And then at that point, you're just playing defensive baseball, holding on to the lead. looks to be Evan Adamson to the plate when we get resumed after Sullivan's ready to go. Adamson with an RBI single his last at-bat. Would love to replicate something like that, but he's only our runners at first, so have to be a long hit ball to get an RBI. So Sullivan will finish up his warm-up pitches. And we'll get back and going. Quite the situation Sullivan finds himself in. Probably knew he was going to come into this game at some point, but probably didn't expect the top of the second after it started very good for the Cubs. They found a very early out. They found a second one almost right after, but it's 3 batters in a row that have gone on base here for the Colts. And we'll get this game resumes here. Adamson in the cleanup spot with his second at-bat of the game. And the first pitch for Sullivan. We'll see if he can get his arm going early. Ball 1 just high. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball for Adamson, right to the mound. Fast reaction play by Sullivan. Plays to win at first for out number 3. So Sullivan comes to the mound, able to get it done with a play with a ground ball to himself. So that will do it. We'll head to the bottom of the second. The Colts put up 4 runs. The difference now 9-3 when we return. We'll see if the Cubs can get some offense going. They need it now before the lead is too big, too late into the game. When we return for the bottom of the second.
We have a batter.
And so we'll get the bottom of the second inning underway here. The Colts put up 4 runs at the top of the second to make it 9-3. So a bit more work to do here. For the Cubs leading things off, it looks to be number 11. This is Krulicki for the Cubs, and he'll go first pitch swing, and that's a ground ball. The third takes a tumble on his knees, 5-3. Gets through the first baseman, and Krulicki will get on board with probably an error there by Bedard, as it could have been a routine play. I believe he may have tripped on the infield grass as he just transitioned from the dirt to the grass. Nonetheless, it's a runner aboard here for the Cubs, and we'll move on in the order. Number 19, Valenga at the plate now. Strike 1, chases down 1 outside. We'll start off 0-1 in the count. Lucas Ward is second inning of work here from the mound. Put up 3 runs in the first. Would probably prefer to have less than that here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 0-1. That's down and away for ball 1. Valenga, the lefty, benefits himself here against Ward, the righty. And we'll keep an eye out over at Krulicki over at first. We see a bunch of steals from first to second. That is right through the middle, strike 2. Valenga didn't like it. Goes right through the strike zone, and now he's 1-2 down. Needs to protect. Ward looking for the first strikeout here for himself of the bottom second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's low for ball 2. They'll throw it to first to Trek Krulicki. He'll take a fall down. He'll be good. Safe nonetheless as he gets back. The count now 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Outside ball 3. Falanga gets back-to-back balls to move this to a full count. And if he's able to get a walk here on the payoff, would advance runner to a scoring position, and it'd be a strong start for the Cubs. Here's the payoff pitch from Ward. Down low, ball 4. And it's a walk for Falanga. We'll put him over at first. Move a runner to a scoring position, and a strong start here for the Cubs brings tying run up to the plate. It's number 24, Sullivan, who came into relief in the last inning at the mound. That's another bouncer in the dirt there from Ward. Needs to clean that up, get this ball up near the zone. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1. Beautiful placement there from Ward. Clips the outside corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Sullivan goes swinging. Strike 2. And Ward has another batter up against it. Wasn't able to finish the last one off. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3. With a strikeout there from Lucas Ward. And his first one on the bottom of the second. And that's the first out of the inning. Sends Sullivan back to the dugout, and we'll move on in the order. It's number 13, Potvin, here at the plate. That's ball 1 away. If the Cubs are able to find a single here, or even a walk, would load the bases up for themselves and put tying run at first. Would be massive here for the Cubs. Pardon me, not tying run. I keep thinking this game's 6-3. It is 9-3. The difference. So a lot more work to do than I was saying. That's ball 2 away in the dirt. So Potvin takes an early lead here in the count. It's Ward's continuing to struggle to get these balls a little bit more up. That's what he needs. A lot of dip on these pitches, which are taking a little bit too much dip on them. That one did dip as well, but Potvin liked it, and a low swing will foul that one off for a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike. We're at play.
So 2-1, the count. Again, fouled off again by Potvin. This one through the strike zone, and he liked it as he was waiting for one up in the zone. Just fouls it back though, and now back-to-back strikes will move us to a 2-2 count. And Ward looking for back-to-back strikeouts here. Here's the 2-2. He gets it. Strike 3. Clips the outside corner. And 2 down here for the Colts. Looking to leave 2 runners stranded at first and second. It's Kitzman at the plate here. And Ward starting to feel himself after allowing the first 2 runners to get on base. Back-to-back strikeouts. We'll see if he can continue this momentum. And that is strike 1. That's a beautiful pitch there from Ward. Looked like it was potentially going middle and kind of fades away to the outside of the strike zone. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2, swinging from Kitzman. He liked that one, and now this count in full favor of Ward has fixed the issue as of recently of balls being low in the dirt, and now has Kitzman up against it. The 0-2 pitch. Just low for a ball, but he can afford to take that because he's got some pitches to work with here. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 finishes them off, and they'll have a chase for first base. The throw won't be mistaken this time, and that will end the bottom of the second inning. The Colts get out of it without allowing the run after the first 2 runners were able to get on board for the Cubs. It's 9-3 still, as we'll see the Colts take to the bats, looking to extend their lead and potentially get to double digits if they add one. When we return, we'll see if they can make that happen for the top of the 3rd inning.
It's on three. 1, 2, 3, hit. Let's go, boys. Get loud. Good kid. What am I supposed to do? Hey, guys, you are.
This is a new pitcher, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's go now. Oh, I think he wants to play with us.
Ball dead, coming down.
So we'll join you back here for the top of the 3rd inning. Leading things off, it's Dylan Kimmerly. For the Colts, had a ground ball in his first at-bat. We'll see if he can switch things up here in the second. New pitcher as well for the Cambridge Cubs. It's number 99, Menchentan, who is 3rd in the order. We'll see what he can do with his outing here this afternoon. Looking to switch things up. His team down by 6. A heavy swing there from Kimmerly for a strike. But at this point, your team's down by a decent amount of runs, 6 runs to be exact. You're just trying to either spark some momentum and shut things down. That's going to be Menchentan's job. That one's outside. Probably let go of that ball a little bit too early. Kimmerly, the lefty, maybe benefits off of the right-handed Menchentan. Able to see these pitches a little bit better. Here's the 2-1. Kimmerly, heavy slice, strike 2. That was 2 strikes against him. Menchentan looking for the first strikeout of his afternoon. 2-2. Kimmerly will foul it off. He's there, get some contact on it. That's all he needs. After missing the first 2, it's nice to feel the ball, I bet. So now he's got a feeling of it. We're zoomed back up here with a 2-2. And Kimmerly chases down and away, drop strike 3. And the throw to first will be scooped up. Kimmerly's thinking about something here. I think ump will be called, and Kimberly's, I'm not sure what Kimberly's arguing there, if he got a piece of it and fouled it off, or if and we'll see what the call will be, and it will be a foul ball. So Kimberly will stay in it. That's what he was arguing right away. He was saying, you know, I got a piece of it. And eventually, after the umpire checked the first base umpire, we're all good to go. So we'll get this resumed here, back at a 2-2 count. So here's another pitch from Mentionton. And Kimberly will foul that one off as well, nice and high into the fairgrounds here at Woodbine Park. So Kimberly, he's definitely got a feel for it now. 3 foul balls in a row, just waiting for his pitch to smash. Is it this one? It is not. Strike 3. Mentionton with a leadoff punch out for himself. And Kimberly 0 for 2 so far this afternoon. Here's Everett Walton. Had an RBI in a double his first at-bat. Would love to replicate something like that here. Get things going here for the Colts. 1-0. That one clips the outside for strike 1. Here's the 1-1. That one is hit. Hard bouncer. Throw to first is there in time for a routine play by the infield, as Walton will ground it out. So back-to-back outs here for the Cubs. Have started their inning off successfully. And here's Lucas Ward, who walked his first at-bat, pitched the first 2 innings for the Colts. Did a very successful job. Let's see what he can do here with his second at-bat. Goes swinging, heavy one for strike 1. And Mentionton is switching the momentum here for the Cubs. They needed a big inning at the mound after the first 2 innings were 5 runs and 4 runs apiece. Now with 2 outs, nobody on base, and that's strike 2. 0-2 the count, and an opportunity to send the Cubs to the bats here if they could find the strikeout. 0-2 pitch. Ward will stay in and foul it back. That's all he needed to do. So he'll stay in it at an 0-2 count. Mentionton, we'll see if he goes for the strike away to Ray. He doesn't need it. The 0-2, he will throw one away for ball 1. Just kind of throw off the tempo here for Ward after seeing 3 big strike pitches to start off with. Here's the 1-2. One's over the head of Ward. Throw one outside, throw one inside. 2 balls in a row makes this count 2-2. We'll see if he goes for the strikeout now. The 2-2 pitch. And Ward gets a hand of that one and sends it to right field for a base hit. So Lucas Ward, after going 0-2 down, sees 2 balls in a row and sends that one to right field with a beautiful crack of the bat and a runner aboard here for the Kingston Colts. Here's Noah Bedard. Strike 1, the call at the plate. Throw to second as runner will go. Be a tad too late, and runner will be safe and sound at second base. Oh, 0-1. And Bedard will hold off. Nice take there. As saw a little flinch in the bat there, maybe considering swinging. He'll hold off. And we'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1. Chatan will turn and fire to second. Slide back in time. Just telling Ward that he can't take too aggressive of a leadoff here. Now Ward will decide to go. Bedard will hold off and see another ball, but a successful steal there from Lucas Ward will put himself from one corner to the next, now at third base, a single away from making it double digits here for the Colts. That one's away on Bedard for ball 3. And so Menchentan needing to fight back in the count here. The 3-1 pitch, it's away, ball 4. Bedard with the walk puts runners in the corners here for the Colts, who after 2 quick outs from the Cubs have battled back in this one, and it's all started with Lucas Ward with a single. Bedard will go to second. It's Colton Jardin at the plate, a successful steal there from Bedard that will put him in a scoring position. Showdown like that one, pops it up to left field, moving in, makes the grab for out number 3 to end the top of the 3rd. So saves a run from coming home, and the Cubs get out of it without allowing a single run. We're still at 9-3 as we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd with the Cubs at the bats, down by 6, looking to get the offense going when we return.
Take your hair, guys. Take a look. I did it quickly. Don't question. I also didn't have team in play.
So we'll get the bottom of the 3rd underway here. Cubs at the bats. Love to get something going. Leading things off, it's number 8, Turner. And a pitching change as well after Lucas Ward served his 2 innings of work at the mound. We'll have Evan Adamson coming into relief. Looking to have another 2 strong innings here for the Colts, just trying to maintain their 6-run lead it is now. Here's the 1-0 from Adamson, and a swing and a miss from Turner. Make that a foul ball, that is. He will get a piece of it. So we'll start this count off 1-1 for Turner. It is very windy here today in Kingston. Maybe switches stuff up here for, throws the game off a little bit for both these teams. windy day, you know, high flying ball maybe has a little bit more movement to it than both these teams would have liked, but gotta play with the situations you're handed in. Just 2-1, make that strike 2. And Adamson looking for a leadoff strikeout here in his first of the afternoon. Turner needs to stay alive. Here's the 2-2. That's away for ball 3. You'll have a full count here at the plate. And a huge pitch incoming. The payoff from Adamson. Strike 3, swing and a miss from Turner. Low in the zone will be a first strikeout of the afternoon for Evan Adamson. And we'll move on in the order here for the Cubs. Well, at bottom of the order, it's number 25, Campbell for Cambridge. That one's low in the dirt for a ball. Seen a lot of pitches like that. They're just a tad too low and get away from the catcher. And Campbell, the lefty, looking to take advantage of Adamson, the righty. Here's the 1-0. Inside again and low for ball 2. So an early lead here for Campbell. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one will go through. After the first 2 pitches were inside and low. Nice switch up there from Adamson to throw something high in the top corner of the strike zone. Campbell will go, but strike 1. Here's the 2-1. And Campbell will foul that one off the third baseline and end up being strike 2 and now up against it. So we'll get resumes here. A 2-2 pitch. Adamson looking for back-to-back strikeouts. And he won't be able to yet. Campbell will foul that one off. So way to stay in it here. Maybe a tad too late on the swings here, as both of them have been fouled into the opposite field and in foul territory. So we'll stay at 2-2. See if Adamson still goes for the strike here. Does have a ball to use. He'll throw it inside for ball 3. Didn't need it there. Saw Gallup kind of take a step up too, kind of maybe knowing to throw something up in the zone, maybe away to throw something off. Here's the full count pitch. Second payoff in a row, and it goes Adamson's way once more, strike 3. It's back-to-back strikeouts there for Adam Adamson. And a quick 2 down for the Cubs. And we'll have, I believe, leadoff hitter. This is number 2, Bagnell. I think Campbell was the leadoff hitter. So in the 2 spot, here's Bagnell. Looking to get things started here for the Cubs after nothing's been created. Strike 1 right down the middle. Adamson gave Bagnell a look, but Bagnell will hold off. 0-1. That one low in the zone for a ball. Split the first 2 pitches, 1-1. That's away for ball 2. So back-to-back balls here for Bagnell as the battle continues. Just up high now, dancing around the strike zone. Adamson is with those last 3 pitches. Moves this count to 3-1, and Bagnell 1 pitch away, 1 ball away from getting on board with a walk. That's right down the middle, though, as Bagnell didn't like it. He wanted ball 4, but no doubt about that one will move us to a full count. Make that the 3rd consecutive full count here on the 3rd consecutive batter. Adamson won the first two. Third payoff in a row. Strike three to end the bottom of the third inning. Adamson retires the side in order. 3 strikeouts, 3 full counts, wins all of them. Sends the Colts back to the bats in the top of the fourth. Still 9-3 the score. When we return, we'll see if the Colts can extend the lead and make it double digits.
That bottom of 4, was it?
I bought 3.
Oh, we bought 3. I thought it was going quick.
It's on there.
Really?
1, 2, 3.
So we're going into 4. What's the score?
I have 9-3.
Okay.
What's the ruling after 4? Do you remember? Like,
4 is 10, and 5 is 5.
Yeah. Okay, cool. 3 is nice.
Yeah, I'm what, like a people.
Probably newer or different. I think one of them go on.
This one better.
And so we'll get the top of the fourth underway here. The Colts still dominant through the first 3 innings, have themselves a 6-run lead. Have to be careful here. The ruling after 4 innings, if there's a 10-run lead, the mercy rule comes into effect. We saw that last game between the West Ottawa Pirates and the Cambridge Cubs, this team right here. So the Cubs want to keep that, well, obviously under 10 runs here going into the bottom of the fourth, so they don't put themselves up against it for a potential mercy rule after 4. Leading things off here is Quinn McCarty for the Colts. And that's strike 2 as it hits the outside. It's Menchentan back at the mound for his 2nd inning of work here and has an opportunity to start things off with a strikeout. And just high, the call. Had a little dip on it at the end, but doesn't get the call he wants, and that gets all the way through to second base. And so we'll see a 2-2 count for leadoff hitter Quinn. Quinn walked his last time at the plate. That's ball 3. Will move us to a full count here to start off the top of the fourth. We saw the 3 full counts in the bottom of the third with the Colts at the bats. The Colts won them all. Can they win another one here? They can. That's ball 4. As the payoff goes the way of the Colts in a leadoff walk here. That's 2 walks on the afternoon for Quinn. And we'll have Ollie Gallup at the plate, who had a double his first at-bat. So Menchentan will throw that one a bouncer in the dirt for a ball. Runner will advance to second. He'll advance himself. So runner now in scoring position here for the Colts.
One ball, no strike. We're at play.
Here's the 1-0. Cal will go swinging. This is a ground ball, a bouncer. Gets through the shortstop's legs and all the way back to the outfield grass. Quinn will come around and score a run for the Colts. It's double-digit figures now, and the ball getting thrown around the infield. And will allow Gallup to get to second. Another almost mistake here or an error from the Cubs infield. Just not looking sharp. They haven't really throughout today, even in their game earlier. Just got to clean things up. They had a very good game yesterday. I believe it was a loss to the Stouffville Yankees, but still had glimpses where they looked really good. Just unfortunately can't get it going here. As you see the ball, it was a ball thrown. I don't know if it was going back to the pitcher, but it got all the way through to the backstop and almost the fence of the dugout of the Cubs. And that gave a free green light for Quinn McCarty to come home. And so a 7-run lead now for the Colts with bottom of the order Lane Harrington at the plate. It's away for a ball. Runner's going to go to third after Campbell dropped it, and that throw is on the mark. So we'll allow Gallup to extend the second now and a base hit away from cashing in another run here for the Colts. Swing and a miss from Harrington for a strike. One. That's away for ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Still no outs here for the Cubs. I'll have to get something started here. Menchatan in his second inning of work. This one down the middle. Harrington likes it. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there from Menchatan as he attacked the strike zone. Moves us to a 2-2. Potential strikeout. Here's the pitch. Harrington gets underneath of it, pops it to left field, and the catch is made. And Gallup was already off and away to home, having to make his way back, so he maybe was deep enough for a tag and run, but will hold runner at third and an out recorded for the Cubs. And a huge one at that. So we'll go back to the top of the order here for the Colts. That's back-to-back pop-ups for Lane Harrington. And Ronan Bowie, who popped up his first at-bat and had an RBI single his second at-bat, so has gone on base here this afternoon. Foul back the first pitch for 0-1. That one gets free. Gallup thinking about it. He'll go. This is going to be a race for the plate here. Going to be a close one. The tag is applied. And we'll save a run for out number 2. Nice play there for Campbell to get on his horse and get back to the home plate, and the tag is there. So out number 2 will keep us at a 10-3 game here. And no runners now on base for Bowie. So the Cubs 1 out away from setting themselves back to the bats. Here's the 1-1.
We're at play. Hard call.
And we'll resume play here as I believe a foul ball from the other field got fouled all the way back to here. As we have 2 fields going here at Woodbine Park. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bowie likes it on the inside. It was Bowie as the lefty could really see that come across the plate. He thought he could get a piece of it. Goes heavy swing for strike 2. Chance to end the inning. Or the top of the 4th make that from 1-2 count. The pitch, outside for ball 2.
Hey, somebody go get all those balls. That's not one right there.
We'll split the first 4 pitches 2-2. 2-2 pitch, that looks good. Bowie on the end of the bat with the crack. That looks to get down into no man's land, and it will. Ronan Bowie up against it in the count, doesn't matter. He'll get himself a long hit single. And get aboard first base. Nice hit there from Bowie. Just hits it to the opposite field. We'll get back to first base. That gets through as the throw is just not there. And Bowie will not go. He thought about it there for a second, had lots of time. By the time Shell over at third picked up that ball, but nonetheless, he'll stay only at first. I don't think the third base coach was very happy with that. It looked like a easy steal opportunity. Anyways, we'll resume here at the plate here. It's Milo Wand, who walked his first 2 at-bats. Runner's gonna go to second. That's inside on Wand, and a successful steal for Bowie, so he'll make up for his missed opportunity he just had moments ago. Here's the 1-0. Up high, ball 2. It's an early lead here for Wand. Here's the 2-0. That's a hittable ball to the third baseman. Takes a pop off his foot, unable to be controlled, and will get through to the outfield. Bowie will come around and score. It's an RBI single for Milo Wand. And it's another play where the infield is not able to control these hard-hit ground balls. And it scored a lot of runs here for the Colts, and it scores another one here. It's 11-3. Here's Cody Lyon with an RBI double and a walk. That's a ground hit ball. Ground ball gets through the infield between third and second. And Juan will go to third, and he'll actually turn around and go to second. This is going to be a close play. The throw, the tag is there in time to end the inning. So a great recovery there from the Cubs as Juan tried to extend himself from one corner to the next. Will be tagged out and will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. 11-3 the score after the Colts added 2 to their tally. We'll see if the Cubs can make up some runs here as this game is about halfway done now. And they need to get some runs on the board. When we return, the Cubs at the bats.
Good job. No, it's not. It's the play right. And we're not doing it. Get your heads in the game. Play the game that we're taught to play. Let's go. 4 base running errors in 1 inning. Go. That is not Canadian Championship baseball. I really wasn't going to say anything, but I can't do it. It's a pickoff. Everyone gets to the game. You don't run. You don't go.
What if my blunt, what if my cut, what if my
Really not half.
And so we'll get the top of the 4th inning underway here between these two teams. The score 11-3. Going the Colts' way, have been very dominant. That's strike one. As Evan Adamson making his 2nd inning of work here at the mound. That's strike two, clips the outside, leading things off here for the Cubs. This is number 99, mentioned Tan. Pitched the last 2 innings for the Cubs. We'll see how his 2nd at-bat goes, and a lead-off strikeout it will be for Evan Adamson, his 4th of the afternoon, after he picked up 3 straight strikeouts. Looked very strong here so far throughout his innings of work at the mound. And we'll move on. Here's number 44, Witt, who walked his first at-bat. First pitch away for a ball. And Witt, like that one, will foul it back. Looked to be so heavy swing there. If you want to get a piece of it. They ball 2 for a 2-1. And Witt will hold off for ball 3. Nice check swing there from Witt. He'll have 3 balls against him now, though. And here's the 3-1 pitch. This would be the first walk for Adamson, and he keeps Witt there for strike 2. Adamson loves to work a full count. He's faced 5 batters so far throughout this game. This is his 4th full count. Another payoff. Just low, ball 4. And so will be a leadoff, but not a leadoff walk, but a walk nonetheless for the Cubs. Will put a runner over at first base. It gives them something to work with here. As we'll move on in the order here for Cambridge. This is number 3, Shell. At the plate, walked his first at-bat as well. First pitch for Shell, up high for a ball. Here's the 1-0. And Shell goes swinging. He liked that one for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And another identical pitch to the last one. They'll throw it to first, but sliding back in time was Witt, so he'll be safe from the sound. But back-to-back identical locations on those pitches will be back-to-back strikes. We'll see if he goes, we'll see if Adamson goes back to it. You have to think he's going to switch something up here. It's a 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Up high for ball 2. Switches up the location a little bit. Can afford to give up a couple balls. We'll go to 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Shell will foul it off. Adamson goes back to that location. Right on the inside of the strike zone. Little low, but not too low where it's below the strike zone. He likes that. He's found the first 2 strikes in there. Shell able to find contact and foul that one off. We'll stay at 2-2. Two-two pitch. Strike 3. Right down the middle. Shell had his opportunities, unable to connect, and we'll move on in the order. That's Storozic, who his last at-bat was a drop, strike 3, and he was actually able to get out of the situation he was in and end up on first base, even though it was just a misthrow from the catcher to first. So he was able to get aboard his first at-bat, first pitch, late decision to go from Storozic for strike 1. As I think he realized a little bit too late that that was a hittable ball. Nice pitch from Adamson. Here's the 0-1. Strike 2. Clips the outside, so Adamson aggressive at the start of the count, back-to-back strikes. And looking to end the inning here with one more. Storozic needing to protect. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 to end the inning. A strong performance there from Evan Adamson once more. That is his second inning in a row with 3 strikeouts himself. So 6 strikeouts on the afternoon for Adamson. And we'll head to the top of the 5th with the Colts back at the bats, up by 8. Now have an opportunity to close things out. This is a 5-run mercy rule after 5. So if the Colts can, I believe, score, my math is right, if they score 3 runs here, I believe the game will end automatically due to the 5-run mercy rule and the 5-run mercy rule per inning. So the math works out. We'll see if they can do it as the Colts head back to the bats in the top of the 5th when we return.
Ryder, you're first. There's it right here. Inside your name. Going first. Yeah. Thank you. Stretch.
Ball's in, coming down.
Who's got the bag? Go Andrew like you can.
And so we'll get the top of the 5th inning underway here. Still 11-3. Pitching change coming in here as number 19 Valenga will take to the mound. He was the starting pitcher in the last game against West Ottawa. And so we'll take back to the mound here, leading things off for the Colts. Get a number just in a second. Number 17. Out of Evan Adamson. So a pitcher versus pitcher matchup it will be. Start this inning off, as Adamson's work is done from the mound after his 2 innings of work. Very successful job it was. Heavy swing and a miss for strike 2. And now he's 2 strikes against him. And Valenga looking for a leadoff strikeout here. Be huge for the Cubs, trying to shut stuff down. Here's the 1-2. Adamson with a ground ball will poke it all the way to center field. Nice hit there from Evan Adamson. Right between the shortstop and the second baseman. And we'll start things off successfully here for the Colts with a runner over at first. So here's Dylan Kimmerly at the plate. Runner's going to go to second. Kimmerly will hold off for strike one to throw. A little late, was safe and sound. Now make a heads-up play to go to third. From one corner to the next, Adamson goes. And now base it away from scoring a run here for the Colts in the top of the fifth. That's a nice heads-up play there after a missed throw from the Cubs in the infield. We'll resume at the plate here with Dylan Kimmerly. The ground ball and a strikeout 0 for 2 this afternoon. And that gets stuck in the fence. I believe that went all the way back. As Adamson will come home. It looks like he's going to score a run, so Adamson came home as that ball got through, and just like that, the Colts will score a run. Great base running there from Evan Adamson to get around. Just noticing when to seize the opportunities. It's been a successful day for Adamson. We'll look to continue that here in the latter half of the final few innings. It's up high for a ball. It's the third ball here for Kimmerly. Kimmerly with a ground ball. Able to hold on to it with the backhand of the second baseman, throw to first for out number 1. Brings Kimmerly to 0 for 3 this afternoon with his second ground ball. So here's Everett Walton. RBI double his first at bat, and then a ground ball his second, 1 for 2. Strike 1. The call here at the plate. Two fields of baseball here at Woodbine as we continue on in the Limestone City Showdown here through this 3-day tournament. That one's away for a ball. And now 1-1 the count on Walton. It's low in the dirt for ball 2. So a 1-2 count after that pitch. So no runners aboard after Adamson got around himself. And Valenga, who is a strong pitcher, he's a go-to here for the Cubs. 1-2, inside for ball 3. And this count in almost full favor of Everett Walton. He'll most likely be looking for a ball here. If he can find it, we'll see if he holds off, and he'll find the strike zone. Valenga will to bring us to a full count. Payoff pitch. We'll see if Walton looks for a ball or if Valenga could find the strike zone. The payoff is outside, ball 4. And Walton will win the count and get aboard first base. Here's Lucas Ward, our starting pitcher here this afternoon. Back in the first 2 innings for the Colts. He has a walk and a single, so 1 for 1. We'll test runner over at first, though. They'll just step off the mound and make him go back to first. Send him a little message, the Cubs are. Ward will hold off and take strike one looking. Thought about it there. A little bit too close to the outside for his liking as he was looking for a ball. So Ward will go 0-1 down. Here's the 0-1. Ward will go to second. Well, Ward will force him to go back to first after a foul ball. So Valenga throwing 2 pitches that were quite hittable for Ward. He pulls the trigger on the second one, we'll foul it back, and we'll have an 0-2 count after that pitch. Potential strikeout here for Valenga, if he can find it. Ward gets a piece of it, fires it to left field. It's looking to ride up the third baseline. It just gets out for a foul ball. Inches away from being fair and potentially even scoring a run as that ball was deep. But we'll pull Ward right back to the plate, and he'll stay 0-2 down. That one gets through. Witt over at first gives a play for Walton to go to second, and another throw, an error from the play from the mound to first. We've seen a ton of them so far this tournament, allowing runners to advance to a scoring position, and Everett Walton does there successfully. We'll focus back on Ward, who has been in the battle with Valenga, with 2 strikes against him here for a while. One, two. Outside for a ball. A couple balls to work with though. Might be a full count as well. I think I might have missed a ball. Valenga still looking for the strikeout. Ward has battled back in this count. And that's ball 3. 3 balls in a row Ward has gotten, and has worked himself into a full count. And a payoff pitch coming for Valenga after starting this one out 0-2. And Ward will fire it off in a foul territory. That's going right towards the parking lot. We'll focus back up here at the plate after that foul ball for another payoff pitch here. Strike 3. And a strikeout for Valenga. And a huge one at that. For out number 2. Avoids the walk. Here's Noah Bedard, who walked his last at-bat. And the righty looking to keep things alive here for the Colts. Strike 1 down the middle. Bedard, nice take there. And was riding the line of that inside of the strike zone. Will just go out for a ball. Here's the 1-1 on Bedard. This one on the opposite side of the plate for ball 2. Runner over at second still, that's Walton, who's been on a standstill for a little bit. No one has been able to advance him. Here's the 2-1. This one down the middle, ground ball. Slow one out, that a diving play by the first baseman. Witt won't be able to get there. Walton will turn around third, go home, and the Colts will score another round. It's 13-3 now. 10 runs the difference here for Kingston. And Bedard with an RBI single. And the Colts continue to put on the runs. Here's Colton Jardin at the plate. Ball 1 outside. It was as well as the big start the Colts had, putting up 5 runs in the first inning. That really got them going. It's probably a big reason why they're up 10 runs as of right now. Inside for ball 2. So Showdown gets one on the outside away, and second pitch on the inside for 2 balls his way. It's a 5-run mercy rule after 5 innings, so statistically the Colts, if they score 1 more run, technically would end the inning with a 5-run mercy rule. That was on the opposite side of Showdown. For ball 3, so 3 straight pitches go his way. Runner will also go to second, move himself into a scoring position. Noah Bedard will, and Valanga needs to start his battle back now. 3-0 pitch. Outside 4-pitch walk for Showdown would put him on first base. And 2 runners aboard here for the Colts. And here's Quinn. McCargady at the plate. First pitch away, and a little wild. Runner will go to third and make it successful. Both runners will advance to the next base, both now in a scoring position. So Quinn a base hit away from adding to this tally and making it 14 for the Colts, which would put them with a 10-run lead. Strike 1 as it clips the bottom of the zone. He'll step back up and we'll have a 1-1 pitch. He'll stare that one down. Strike 2, the call.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
McCargady will step back up. Gotta be careful here. The 1-2. Up high for ball 2. And Valanga, who has 2 outs for the Cubs right now, would love to find a strikeout just to get out of this inning, leave 2 runners stranded, and keep this game going, send his team back to the bats. The 2-2. McCargady on the end of the bat will foul it off and stay in it. How with that one inside near the hands. Still in a 2-2. Strike 3. Clips the outside. Finds the strikeout for Valanga to end the top of the 5th. Leaves 2 runners stranded. It's 13-3. After 4.5 innings, the Cubs head back to the bats and needing to get something going now. If they're unable to find, I believe, 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, I believe that will do it for the game due to the 5-run mercy rule after 5 innings. We'll see if they can make it happen. They need to get rolling if they want an opportunity to get their first win in the win column here in the Limestone City Showdown after starting the tournament off 0-2. When we return, we'll see the Cubs at the bats in the bottom 5.
So what are we sitting at?
I had 13. It could be a run or two.
That'd be 2.
Coming
so
down.
if they get 5, they're still up by 5.
Yeah.
And
So
either
I
way,
think they need 5.
yeah, and they can only get 5. Well, they have to get 6. But
Yeah.
we'll just play them. Be the kind anyway. Alrighty.
Yeah, if we get 5, they're up by 5. Unless you want to give us an open and we can really take over.
That's an idea.
And so we'll get the bottom of the 5th inning underway here. The Cubs are down by 10 and only able to score 5 here in the inning. And the mercy rule after the 5th inning is a 5-run mercy rule. So statistically, I don't know if there's a chance for the Cubs really to win by the rule book. Leading things off, it's number 11. This is Krulicki. Had a single earlier in the game. We'll take ball 1 away. And at the mound for his first inning of work is Ronan Bowie, who's had a successful day at the bats. Looking to bring that success here to the mound. The 1-0 outside for 2-0. Here's the 2-0 from Bowie. Outside again for, I believe, 3 straight balls here. So needing to find the strike zone here. The first few pitches haven't been where Bowie wants it as his debut, so this one will just miss inside for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for Krulicki in the Cubs after 4 straight pitches. And so runner on board. Get something going here for the Cubs. That's all they do, play with some momentum. Create something here as they're almost in do or die territory here in this game, and even maybe for their tournament lives. If they're 0-2 in the tournament, they'll test runner over at first. They'll get back in time. It's Valenga at the plate for the Cubs. Going away for a ball. Valenga pitched the last inning for the Cubs. Did a good job shutting things down. I believe only allowing, I believe 3 runs it was. Maybe even 2 for the Colts. That's inside for another ball. So a 2-0 early lead here for Valenga. We'll focus back up. Bowie, after coming to the mound here, has struggled to find the strike zone here. And that is another 3-0 count going the way of the Cubs. I don't think a single strike we've seen so far from Ronan Bowie. Needs to straighten things up. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Well, turn and throw it to first, and Krulicki will just get back in first in time. But still up in the count, 3-0 is Valenga. Just needs to straighten things up here. Here's a 3-0 pitch. And down low for ball 4. It's back-to-back 4-pitch walks for the Cubs to start off the inning. And coach will come out and have a word with Bowie at the mound. But we'll see Sullivan at the plate when we get back. As you know, that is not the start Bowie would have wanted. 8 balls it is now after starting this inning off. And it's just, you know, can't find the groove. Coming to this game, maybe a bit too relaxed too. You're up by 10, yes, you have a comfortable lead, but still you need that attack mentality almost all the time, especially when taking to the mound. So here's Sullivan, who struck out earlier in this ball game. And we'll see if Bowie can reset here after the mound meeting. Now takes a bounce to the dirt. Both runners gonna go, and catcher will hold on as they'll both advance to scoring positions now in third and second base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's strike one. That's what Bowie needs right there, as it hits the outside. So he gets one. We'll see if he can string something together. Here's the 1-1. It's over top of the head of Sullivan for ball 2. And that's over, almost same location on Sullivan, over his head for ball 3. So Bowie finally finding a strike, but overall his pitches have not been on the mark. It's 11-1 since coming into this game. Just needs to straighten things up. That will do it, strike 2. Moves this to a full count. And a chance for a strikeout here for Bowie, as he was able to extend it. Now can he finish? Potential loading the bases opportunity, payoff pitch. Sullivan on the end of it will take a one-hopper before reaching first base. The throw home. The tag will not be there because the throw just a little off the mark. The Cubs will score a run, so it's pretty much a sacrifice play there by Sullivan. And the Cubs cash in, make their tally 4. But the Colts find the first out here of the bottom of the 5th, trying to shut things down. Now the Cubs need 4 runs, I believe, statistically, to keep this game going. There's a lot of implications here. The time limit, we're almost at, I believe we're just at the 2-hour mark of this game too. There's a certain rule where after a certain amount of time you can't play another inning. Swing and a miss for a strike. At the plate now, it's Potvin, number 13. Here's the 0-1. Takes it inside for a ball. That's Valengo over at third, trying to come home and make it 5 for the Cubs. Here's the 1-1. Heavy swing and a miss from Potvin for strike 2. And looking for his first strikeout after coming to this game is Bowie. 1-2. Lightly hit ball will eventually make its way to short. Gotta be quick, and it is for out number 2. But a run will score, so back-to-back plays where they're able to get the out, but cash in a run the Cubs will, and it's 13-5. So 2 runs scored, now nobody on base, and 1 out away from the Colts winning their first, I believe their first game of the tournament, unless they played on a different field either earlier today or even potentially even yesterday. And so trying to keep things alive here for the Cubs. It's number 9, Kitzman. Struck out earlier in this game, and we'll take ball 1 up high. As Bowie slowly but surely, finding his arm in this game after he really struggled first coming into it at the start of the bottom of the 5th. Here's the 1-0. Strike 1. Had to think about it there was the umpire. We'll split the first 2 pitches 1-1. That one's outside for ball 2. The 2-1 pitch. That's away again for ball 3. Always got to put a fork in this habit right here. You've seen a lot of balls outside, especially on this at-bat with Kitzman. I believe all 3 balls away off the plate. Here's a 3-1, needing to find the strike zone. And he'll sky it for ball 4. Kitzman will get aboard first base. And we'll move on in the order here as the Cubs trying to string something together. Here's Turner. Also struck out earlier in the game. And with 2 outs, trying to keep things alive here for the Cubs. Strike 1 down the middle. Runner will go, the throw, and the tag will be there to end the inning and I believe the ball game. And a beautiful play, a pop and a throw from Gallup will do it. The Colts win their first game of the tournament, 13-5 over the Cambridge Cubs, as the Cubs go 0 for 3 through group play, and potentially that's the final time we'll see this team. As they put up, they had great innings. They look super strong, just unfortunately unable to beat some of these teams. And that will do it. The Kingston Colts win it 13-5 over the Cambridge Cubs. We'll have 3 more games today on the Kingston Baseball Association channel, including another one, I believe, right after this with the Kingston Colts. Again, will face off against the West Ottawa Pirates, who also beat his Cubs team earlier today. When we come back, we'll see the Colts and the Pirates. The Colts win this one 13-5, the final score. I've been Jacob Ewing. We'll have our next game, I believe, first pitch at 2:30. You won't want to miss it. Remember, subscribe and hit that notification bell on the Kingston Baseball Association channel, and you will not miss a thing.